Okay, we're going to take a look at our basic equipment that we're going to be using while we're training with our puppy. And these are just the items that I prefer. You may find some different brands or some different designs that you prefer in your work, but these are the ones that I prefer, and this is a great way to start out. Again, you can explore and decide what you prefer and what your dogs prefer in your style of training. These are the basic recommendations I have for beginning the puppy. We start in our very first training, we use the bite rag. This particular one is a leather style bite rag. We'll use that when we start the puppy, or we'll use a piece of jute as well. Once we have our puppy biting the rag good, then we'll begin to move over to a sleeve, and we need to use a sleeve that the puppy can get his mouth on, and one that he can gain on. Insofar as when he bites the sleeve, he needs to be able to fully put his mouth over the sleeve and then push and gain on the sleeve. So we want to have a sleeve that's sized such that when the puppy bites it, there's plenty of room for him to get a nice deep bite. I've seen guys doing some bite work with puppies before, and they'll have a sleeve that's more akin to something like this, and this is a fine sleeve for what it's for, but this is much too large for a puppy to be able to get a good firm grip. And the objective for our training, of course, is to increase the puppy's ability to grip the sleeve. In order for him to do that, he'll need to be able to get a nice deep bite, and will need to be able to have it such a way as he can gain on the sleeve as he begins to become more efficient in his biting and gripping skills. I work the puppy on both materials. I don't actually have a preference insofar as whether I prefer jute or the bite material. They have a million names for that. We'll just call it bite suit fabric for all intents and purposes. And then we have jute. Those are the two primary basic materials that we find in bite training equipment. I prefer the fabric that comes from Europe insofar as the bite suit fabric. And then I also prefer the jute that comes from Belgium. Their jute is, in my opinion, superior to anyone else's on the planet, bar none. So the jute from there. These particular ones I enjoy, Euro-Joe brand. This is also a number one sleeve that I enjoy using. It's a soft. It's just a half arm sleeve. I use it a lot as a tug and as a reward for or bite work, but this is one of my preferred little tools. You can see the handle's been gnawed pretty good by puppies here, but this is a great size. You can see the size, the thickness here. It really is set up for the size for a nice puppy to bite and to gain on and to grip. This is a soft sleeve, number one soft in bite suit material, and this is the primary one that I start the puppies on. Then I'll move and shift between it and the jute fabric so the dog doesn't get fixated on one fabric or another. It is important that we give our dog different bite fabrics and different bite surfaces to bite on as we're progressing through the training. We don't want to create a dog who just will bite this or just will bite this or that. We want to avoid that problem by constantly interchanging the fabrics and the shapes and sizes of the bite equipment that we use. I'll share with you as we progress through the training which sleeves that I recommend and why I recommend them.